It's time for this week's episode of Brandon's Sports Talk.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the PWHPA hockey player, Jessica Platt. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional hockey?
Well, it's something I've always wanted to do ever since I was young. I started playing hockey when I was about 4 years old, and it's always been a dream of mine. As I got older, I didn't have the drive and the work ethic to, potentially attain it. So I had quit playing hockey, and then, once I found happiness in my life and motivation and the desire to train to be the best possible version of myself, then I decided to see how far I could take it and just, go after that dream that I had given up.
What was it like to obviously get drafted to the Toronto Furies in the CWHL?
It was really cool. It was a really cool experience. I didn't really know what to expect, and Toronto Furies are pretty much where I wanted to end up, and it just worked out nicely.
What was it like obviously getting to play with them and put on that Toronto blue jersey?
It was amazing. It was basically the culmination of a dream that I had given up a long time ago. To be able to play professional hockey with the best players in the world, people like Sammy Joe Small and Natalie Spooner. It was better than I can describe.
What was that process like of obviously you said you gave up on your dream to play professional hockey, but then now you're playing it. What was that like obviously getting that dream back?
It was amazing. I had left hockey to pursue happiness in my life, and to be able to pursue that dream that I thought I had given up it's hard to describe. It was incredible. It was everything I could have wanted it to be and more.
What was it like the first time you got to put on your first professional hockey jersey for the Toronto Furies?
It was special. We were getting ready for our first game, and it just felt like, I was part of something important. Like I had accomplished something that I had worked so hard for, and it was awesome because I worked so hard to get there.
What were some of your accomplishments with the Toronto Furies?
Well, I scored. One of my favorite things that I had done with the Toronto Furies was we had an outreach game we played in Sarnia against Montreal, and Sarnia is my hometown. We ended up losing the game, but I scored a goal, in the arena that I've grown up playing hockey in front of a whole bunch of my family and friends playing professionally, and that was probably one of my favorite accomplishments with the series.
Of course, what was that moment like of obviously having your family there when you scored your first professional goal?
Honestly, I was so thrilled. I basically blacked out. It was amazing. Our photographer got some great pictures of it, and I was just ecstatic.
Of course, when the CWHL folded, what was it like going from the CWHL to the PWHPA?
Well, at first, when the CWHL folded, it was crushing because I had no idea what I was going to do for hockey the next year. And then with the PWHPA, it was kind of the feeling that I was part of something that was important, that was great, because we had taken the CWHL folding as fuel, the kick in the butt that we needed to really push for a sustainable professional women's hockey league.
Of course, during that process of transitioning, was there any idea that you were going to go to the other league, the NWHL, or did you always know you wanted to go to the PWHPA?
Well, I knew pretty much immediately I wanted to go to the PWHPA because the majority of the people I played with and a lot of the, I'll say it, a lot of the better players, like the Olympians, were all in for the PWHPA, and I wanted to be where the best were. So it wasn't really a thought to go to the NWHL for me.
What was it like, obviously, getting to play for the first time in the PWHPA for the GTA West?
It was really cool. Our first game was at the first Toronto showcase, and the stands were packed, and it was electric in the arena because there were so many people there that were so passionate and starved for women's professional hockey that they really made it special. And like the stands were packed full of young girls and their families, and it felt like we were really starting to accomplish something that we were setting out for.
What was the process like for you from transitioning from the GTA to the Independent?
Well, I was with the. Sorry, what do you mean by Independent?
Switching over from teams to team.
Oh, well, I only played that 1 year with GTA West, and then I didn't make the team the next year because GTA West and GTA East combined. So there was a lot of talent fighting for only a certain amount of spots.
What is a typical game day like for you in the PWHPA?
Well, pretty much the game day for me was similar in the CWHL. I'd arrive there really early because you never know how traffic will be, and I just love being at the arena on a game day. I would get there, tape my stick. I would stand essentially just staring at the ice, visualizing what I would have to do in certain gameplay situations. Then after that time, I would go change. I'd go warm up, stretch. There was a group of us that would play keep up with a soccer ball before stretches and warm ups, and then I'd go back down. I would visualize what I had to do in pretty much every kind of face-off setting, and then I'd go back in the room, change, and then we had warm ups and then the game. But after was amazing because we'd always go out and interact with fans, sign autographs, talk with young girls who had big dreams, and it was awesome.
What are some of your game day routines and rituals like?
Honestly, I don't have any certain rituals that no quirky rituals. I like to visualize, think about what I need to do in certain situations, and off of face-offs, and then as long as I stretch, warm up properly. In the on ice warm up, I always like to hit the crossbar, on the first or second shot. But other than that, that's pretty much what I do. I go warm up and go play.
How is it like, obviously, getting to interact with your fans and seeing your fans wear your jerseys and asking for your autographs and stuff?
It's really cool. It's not something I had never thought that I would be doing, but it's been a really cool experience. I play with a lot of incredible women, and I feel like seeing people wear my jersey, I feel like they could be wearing, someone who's more talented, like Natalie Spooner, and I just feel so grateful that they chose to look up to me.
What's it like competing in the showcase tournaments?
It was really cool. Everything's so organized, and they really do their best to treat us like professional athletes, which is, how we should be treated. But this is, what we've been fighting for with the PWHPA to get that professional treatment. So, to really have that, it feels a lot more professional. The atmosphere in the arenas are electric because, the showcases only happen every so often. So people are really excited when they happen. So it's really cool to be part of a showcase.
Of course, what was it like to come out transparent and obviously tell your story about obviously how you got to where you are?
Well, I never planned originally on coming out as transgender. It was just, something in my history. I didn't really want to tell people, but, I kind of like to keep to myself, but I saw an opportunity to do some good in the world and in the hockey world especially. And so I feel lucky to have been able to tell my story and, to give people a concrete proof that they can do it too, and that, they belong in sports and there's nothing wrong with being who they are.
What is it like to obviously be a role model to not just young athletes, but people in the hockey community?
It's really cool because, well, I never thought I'd be a role model, and it feels really special that people would choose to look up to me. To be able to be a role model is it's really special because you want to be the best. It makes you be the best version of yourself. You want to be a good role model. You want to lead by example. So it makes me a better person having other people look up to me. I love helping people, and if people are looking up to me, it means I'm helping them and I'm doing what I want to do.
Of course, growing up, who were some people in the hockey community that you look up to?
Well, obviously, I look up to a lot of talented NHL players because they have a lot of skill. But more so, I look up to my teammates, the people I play with, and the people who have pushed the game forward, like Sammy Joe Small, Jana Hefford, Haley Wickenheiser, my teammates, people I played with, like Natalie Spooner, people who are just pushing so hard to get the game where it needs to go. As well, I like to look up to people in groups that are making positive change for inclusivity in the hockey world, such as Team Trans, which is, it's a group and team that create teams of trans players. Black Girl Hockey Club, Brock McGillis, people that are truly trying to make hockey for everyone.
Was it like obviously getting to play with some of your teammates like Natalie Spoon?
Getting to play with them is at first it was really intimidating, but you get to see their work ethic, and you see why they're some of the best players in the world. It's a little intimidating, but it drives me to be better because I don't want to let them down when I'm out there.
What are some of your future hockey plans in your career?
Well, currently, I don't have too many hockey plans. I recently moved a little bit further away from Toronto, so I've had to retire from professional hockey, but I'll still be playing in some capacity, probably just in a recreational league here and there. But that doesn't mean I'm done with the hockey world. I'm still going to be pushing and fighting for inclusivity and equality in sports.
Of course, as you talked about moving outside of Toronto, what is it like obviously moving outside of Toronto and kind of putting a hold on obviously your professional hockey career?
It was difficult. I love our house that we moved into and the area we moved to, but it was difficult to have to put that aspect of my life behind me for now, at least.
What advice would you give future college hockey players looking to play in college and go on professionally?
I would tell them to work their butt off because the level of play has increased exponentially in the few years that I've been playing professional hockey. The skill level has gotten increasingly better every year. And I tell them to stick to their guns and fight for a league and treatment that that they should have, that they as professional athletes should have. And most importantly, enjoy your time playing hockey at college. If you get to play professionally, enjoy it. Just really enjoy your time with the sport, because hockey is a game. It's meant to be fun, so enjoy it.
What advice would you give college hockey players and even professional hockey players that are in the transition phase of figuring out which league to go to, whether it's the PHF or the PWHPA?
Well, first of all, I'd tell them to, work hard, never give up. I tell them to, that like it or not, people are gonna look up to you. So if you have to lead by example, speak up for what's right, and try to lead the sport in a better place that you got it, that you entered it. But in choosing between the PHF or the PWHPA, that's all a personal choice. I tell them to, do their, research what goes on in both the leagues, do what's best for them, because there are those who believe firmly in the mission of the PWHPA, and those who believe firmly that the PHF is the way to go. So just follow your heart, do what you believe is right, and can't go wrong.
What advice would you give people looking to obviously either put a hold on their professional career and look for different avenues in the workforce?
I would tell them that at the end of the day, find something that you enjoy. If you're gonna give up playing hockey to pursue a career or a job, make sure it's something that you love, because we should all be happy at the end of the day with what we do. What's the point in going? I wouldn't want to go to a job that I hate every single day instead of playing professional hockey. So, just make sure you're doing something that you enjoy and that you're loving life.
Where can my listeners find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at jplatt32.
Thank you again, Jessica Platt, for your interview, and best of luck in your future in the PWHPA.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a great chat.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at @talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Jessica Platt, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thanks so much.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.